If you want to start making money from home as a student, pay attention. Having less money while everyone else seems to be earning online can feel a bit overwhelming, but you don't need any experience, a job, or even a big following to get started. This is how you can turn your free time into a new income with some easy and practical steps. Watch this until the end because you'll get a step-by-step action plan that you can actually use starting today. So before we get started, can I ask one small favour? If you like what I do here, can you please hit the subscribe button? That keeps me energized to bring you more content. Thank you very much. Let's get into it. Let's begin with number one, which is to use AI tools to actually offer simple freelancing services. If you want to make some money from home as a student, using AI tools to offer simple freelancing services is now one of the most practical starting points that you can take right now. Now, if you are struggling with not having any skills or even just a lack of experience, then AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Canva, and even Grammarly can help you produce work that clients will actually pay you good money for. Now, if you don't know where to actually begin with all of this, you can just start with some services like writing social media captions or writing advert copy, or even just creating videos, or just creating basic images and designs, or just summarizing content for different clients. Now, if you only have just a few hours a day, just these tasks are flexible and actually can fit around your studies and your schedule. So let me tell you, clients are already paying for these exact types of services on different freelancing platforms like Fiverr and Upwork.com. Now, if you want to get results fairly quickly, you need to focus on solving one clear problem or taking away a pain point for one specific type of business, or even just different businesses in general. It could be things like helping businesses post content consistently or anything similar to this. So if you want to get started fairly quickly in this area, just pick one service and build around it instead of trying everything at once. So just start with one simple service. Now, if you want to set this up correctly and do it so that it's going to work in your favor, the first step is choosing one AI powered service that you can deliver repeatedly and to high quality. Now, if you struggle with getting some ideas, you can just offer, say, Instagram caption writing or Instagram content creation or Instagram Reels video production using ChatGPT, or it could even be something like simple social media graphics using a free tool like Canva. Now, if you've never used these types of tools before, you can go to chat.openai.com and just ask for caption ideas. Then you can just refine them to match a brand's or a business's tone and their voice. So if you are actually using Canva and you can start with the free version, you can use many of their select ready-made templates, and there's lots of them for you. And you can just customize them with different colors and texts for any kind of clients that you are working with. So let me walk you through it. You first need to generate some ideas with AI, and you can do this with ChatGPT. Then you just edit them slightly to make them fit the brand that you're working with. And then you just deliver a polished and professional result. Now, if you want to improve the quality, you can actually run your text or your wording through an app like Grammarly to actually fix the grammar and the clarity to make it more readable. So if you want to stand out even more, just focus on clean, simple and useful work instead of overcomplicating things from the start. So just keep things nice and simple. Now, if you want to find people who will actually pay you, you need to use platforms where clients are already actually searching. So if you have no idea where to actually look, you can sign up on Fiverr.com with a free profile. You can go to Upwork.com and even peopleperhour.com as well. These are some good freelancing websites. And just start by creating a very beginner friendly profile, and you can do all of this for free. Now, if you are setting up on Fiverr.com, you can actually create what is called a gig and just title it something like, I will create engaging social media posts using AI. So there's a simple example that you could actually do with a Fiverr gig. Now, if you struggle with writing descriptions, you can use ChatGPT to draft one. Then just edit it so it sounds more natural and more humanized for the brand that you are working with. So if you want to increase visibility, you should actually include keywords in your titles and your descriptions like Instagram posts or AI assisted content and Canva designs. You want to put keywords in there to help you attract buyers. So let me tell you, having clear and specific listings often performs much better than vague ones because people know what they're going to get. So another step that you can actually take is just adding 2 to 3 sample images of high quality to show people what you can actually do. This is going to show clients what they can receive and what kind of content and quality they can actually expect from you. Now, if you want to get your first order a bit quicker, you need to price your services strategically at the very beginning. If you are a bit unsure what to charge, you can actually just go to Fiverr.com or some similar services and just look at different services on Fiverr to what you're doing and just look at the beginner pricing model and just get some ideas. This is usually between $5 and $20 per task. So if you actually have no reviews or anything to start with, you want to just start as low as you can to help you attract your first few clients. And if you want to build that trust, you can just over deliver by giving extra content or just delivering much faster than people around you. So you want to over deliver. You want to give more than you actually get paid for, and you want to deliver much faster as well. This is going to make you stand out and potentially get people hiring you again and again. So let me walk you through it. You need to just complete the order, communicate very clearly with your clients and the businesses that you're working with, and just politely ask for a review after the delivery has been done. Now, if you do this on a consistent basis, your profile will build some credibility, and that is a positive thing. So if you want to increase your income from here or further down the line, you can just gradually raise your prices once you have some positive feedback. So if you've actually landed a client, your focus should be delivering efficiently using a repeatable system that works for you and the clients. If you want to save some time, you can actually create a simple workflow where you collect the client's needs. You generate good ideas with AI, like ChatGPT, and then you just design with Canva or a similar tool. And you organize everything in either Notion or even Google Drive. Now, if you struggle with staying organized, you can use apps and tools like Trello or even Notion to track each order and each deadline. So if you actually want to avoid those common mistakes, you want to always confirm the details with the brand or the client that you're working with, like the tone, the topic, and the number of posts before getting started on any project you are working with a client. So let me tell you, a lot of beginners actually lose some clients because they don't follow instructions carefully or even properly. So another thing that you could do is actually double check your work before sending it to make sure you avoid any simple errors like grammar errors or typing errors. Now, if you want to grow beyond just small gigs, you need to expand your services and increase your value. Now, if you are already creating posts, you can offer content bundles. So this could be something like 30 or 40 posts per month, or even a full social media management offering package. Now, if you want to learn a bit faster, you can use free resources on YouTube or on platforms like Coursera and Skillshare to actually improve your skills. So these websites, you can actually learn new skills on these websites like Coursera and Skillshare to actually improve your skills in any given area. Now, if you don't know what to actually improve, just focus on things that will pay a lot of money, like copywriting or design or video creation, and just understanding social media trends as well. So let me walk you through a process that you could follow. You can just learn a new skill and apply it to your service, and just update your listings to reflect that improvement at the same time. So if you want to earn on a consistent basis, you need to focus on increasing the value that you provide to the clients. Not just the number of tasks that you complete. So you want to help them with a specific challenge that they've got in their business, like generating more leads or driving more sales, or helping them get more engagement on their content, or even providing customer service or anything like that. So if you actually want to avoid common mistakes that slow a lot of students down, you need to focus on being consistent and having realistic expectations. If you expect instant results, you may quit too early before your profile gains any traction. So you just want to start slow and build up and just have a realistic expectation. Now, if you're finding you're struggling with getting initial responses, you can actually improve your examples and make your service much more specific. Now, if you don't deliver on time, clients are a bit less likely to return or actually recommend you. So you want to make sure you deliver on time or even quicker than on time. So always make sure you are reliable. And let me tell you, reliability is one of the most valuable skills in freelancing. So another step that you can take is by setting clear deadlines and making sure that you stick to them. If you follow these kind of steps and stay consistent, you can turn this into a reliable way to earn money from home alongside your studies as a student. Let's now move on to number 2, which is to offer online tutoring using AI support. So if you want to make some extra money from home as a student without having any advanced skills, online tutoring using AI support is now one of the most practical and reliable options that you can actually take. So if you are actually good at a subject like maths or science or even English, you can actually turn that into a solid income by helping younger students all around the world with a particular subject. Now, if you find that you are struggling with the confidence side of things, AI tools like ChatGPT can actually help you. They can actually prepare simple explanations or examples and even some practice questions in advance to help you with your tutoring sessions. So if you're a bit unsure as where to actually get started, there are platforms like Tutorful or Cambly or MyTutor and Superprof, and these platforms allow students to sign up and start offering tutoring sessions. So let me tell you right now, parents are actively looking for affordable tutors, especially for things like GCSE and A-level support. So if you want to stand out a bit more, you want to be focusing on just one subject and one level. This makes it much easier to attract the right students from the very start. So just start with one subject and one level for that particular subject. So let's now talk about how you can actually turn what you already know into a structured service that people will happily pay you for. So if you'd like to go ahead and actually set this up in the correct way, the first step is by choosing a subject that you feel confident in teaching other people. Now, if you are a bit unsure, just pick something that you have recently studied because the content will still be very fresh. But I would recommend that you go with either maths or English, as these are very in-demand subjects. Now, if you want to prepare lessons fairly quickly, you can actually use ChatGPT or even Gemini to generate explanations and things like quizzes and simple breakdowns of topics. These kind of extra things are going to be very useful and very helpful to teach students in your tutoring lessons. Now let me walk you through it, what you can actually do. So you can just start by asking ChatGPT for something like GCSE maths practice questions on algebra or something similar to that. Then you just need to review the output and organise it into a very simple and practical lesson. Now, if you want to present it very clearly, you can use Google Docs or even Notion to actually structure your teaching material. If you like visual explanations, you can use Canva or Gamma to create simple diagrams or slides that can be shown on your tutoring lessons. So another very good step you can take is building 2 to 3 ready to use lessons before you actually start doing any teaching. Now, if you want to start getting some students, you need to create a good, attractive profile on tutoring platforms or just promote yourself directly on other avenues like social media. If you don't know what to actually include, you should clearly mention your subject, the level that you teach, and what results you can help students actually achieve. Now, if you struggle with writing your profile, you can actually use AI with ChatGPT to help you to draft it and actually personalize it more with your own experience and your own credentials to help people, so it helps you stand out more on these online platforms. So let me tell you this right now, parents really care about clarity and reliability more than qualifications at the very beginning. So you want to make sure that you give good clarity and you're very reliable and you can give a good solid lesson. Now, if you want to increase your trust with parents and clients and anybody that you work with, you can actually offer a discount first session to help you attract your first few students. Or even better than that, you could even do it for free just for the first few lessons. Now, if you can, you should also ask friends or even classmates that you know if they know of anybody who needs some help with maths or English or science. So another thing that you can actually do is just focus on making your offer very simple and very easy to understand. If you have your first student, your focus should be delivering structured and very helpful and practical sessions that are easy to understand. If you want to run sessions more smoothly, you can use tools like Zoom or even Google Meet for video calls, and this is highly recommended. If you struggle with explaining topics, you can actually prepare step-by-step examples using ChatGPT before you actually do the tutoring lessons. So let me walk you through a practical way to do this. You can start by understanding the students' problems and their pain points. And this is the first thing you want to be doing. You want to find out what the student really struggles with so you know exactly how you can help them. Then you just need to explain the concept very clearly so that they understand. And then just give them some very practical and practice questions so they can respond back. Now, if you want to keep things really well organised, you can share notes using Google Docs so students can actually review them later to help them with their learning process. Now, if you do this on a consistent basis, students are much more likely to continue sessions with you. So another step that you could consider taking is actually keeping lessons very simple, very clear, and just focusing on solving one problem at a time. If you want to increase your income, you can actually package your tutoring into bundles as well instead of just offering single sessions. So if you don't know how to structure it, you could actually offer something along the lines of 4 sessions per month at a slightly discounted rate. That's just an example that you could model. Now, if you want to save some time, you can reuse lesson materials and just improve on them over time instead of starting from scratch. So let me tell you, consistency with the same students is much more reliable than constantly finding new clients or new students. If you can, you should always specialise further as well, like focusing only on exam preparation or just specific topics that the student wants to learn about. So another thing that you could do is actually position yourself as someone who helps students achieve specific results. So you're considered more of a specialist and not a generalist. Now, if you want to scale this even further, you can turn your tutoring into digital resources or recorded lessons. These are going to be very helpful for your students. If you have already created notes and explanations, you can just package them into PDFs or even short videos and just sell them on platforms like Gumroad or PayHip. But I would recommend you give them for free to your students to help them with the learning process. Now, if you want to create videos very easily, you can use tools like Loom or OBS Studio or even Camtasia Studio to just record your screen while explaining different topics for your students. So let me walk you through it. All you need to do is record once, then just upload the content and sell access multiple times and give away the free content to your students to help them with their learning. Now, if you do this properly, you can actually earn without trading time for every single session. So another good step that you could actually take is reusing your work to create additional income streams as well. Now, if you actually want to avoid common mistakes, you need to focus on preparation, communication, and consistency. These are really important. If you struggle with time management, you should schedule sessions in advance and avoid those last-minute cancellations. If you don't prepare your lessons very well, students may actually lose interest quite quickly. So let me tell you, being reliable and organised is what keeps students often coming back. If you want to improve, you can just ask for feedback after each session and just adjust your teaching style. So you want to be asking for feedback from your students every time you deliver a session. This is going to help you improve and get some good feedback. Now, if you do this on a consistent basis, your confidence and the results that you get will actually gradually improve over time. So another thing that you could do is remember that every small improvement in your process can actually lead to better results and help you earn more income. Let's now move on to number 3, which is to take part in remote microtasks and AI data work. Now, if you want to make some extra income from home as a student without creating products or even teaching, remote microtasks and AI data work is one of the easiest ways for you to start. Now, if you are struggling to find flexible work that will pay you, that fits around your schedule, this type of work allows you to just log in and complete tasks anytime you want. Now, if you don't know what this actually is, companies will pay users and people to actually label data, complete surveys, review AI outputs, or even just complete small online tasks. So if you actually want to get started, you can sign up on different platforms which are available, such as Clickworker or Appen or Tellus AI, and even remote tasks. These are some good platforms that you can get started with right away. So let me tell you, these platforms are regularly hiring beginners with no formal experience. So if you want to get consistent tasks on these platforms, what you need to do is you need to complete your profile and do any of the qualification tests that the platform gives you properly. So let's talk about how you can actually turn this into a steady side income without needing any advanced skills. Now, if you want to go ahead and set this up correctly, the first step is just creating accounts on at least 2 or 3 of these platforms to increase your chances of getting some tasks. Now, if you are a bit unsure which ones to actually go for to start with, I recommend to start with ClickWorker and TELUS AI because they offer a range of beginner-friendly tasks. Now, if you actually want to improve your approval chances to get approved on these platforms, you should carefully follow the instructions during the sign-up phase and just complete any assessments that are given to you in an honest way. So let me just walk you through it, how it usually works. You basically just sign up, you verify your details and just complete the qualification tests. Then you can just check your dashboard daily for any available tasks that you can do to earn that income. Now, if you struggle with understanding instructions, you should read the task guidelines fully before starting any of the tasks. So, if you actually want to avoid any rejection, just accuracy really matters with your tasks, more than speed in the beginning. So you need to make sure that you are accurate and get things right in the tasks that you do. So another step that you can actually take is just focusing on doing tasks correctly, rather than rushing through them just to make extra income. So if you want to increase your earnings, you need to choose tasks that pay more per hour instead of random low paying ones. If you don't know how to identify these types of tasks, just look for tasks like AI training or search evaluation or even data annotation. These kind of tasks usually pay quite well, which usually pays better than simple surveys. Now, if you are using remote tasks, you can complete training modules to actually unlock higher paying projects as well. So let me give you a quick tip. Spending some time learning just one task much more carefully and properly will often lead to better long-term income opportunities for you. Now, if you want to track your progress, you can use a simple spreadsheet in Google Sheets to just calculate how much you earn per hour. If you find a task that pays quite well, you should focus on just repeating it instead of switching to different tasks constantly. So another thing that you can do is just treat this like a simple system and not random work. If you want to work a bit faster and more efficiently, you can use AI tools to support your workflow without breaking platform rules. Now, if you are allowed to use assistants, you can use ChatGPT to help you summarize information or understand complex instructions. If you struggle with typing speed, you can use tools like Grammarly or even built-in autocorrect features to reduce any errors that could be made. So let me walk you through it. The first thing you do is you read the task. You then understand the requirement that they need. You can use tools to assist your thinking and then just submit accurate work. So that's the process that you need to take. Now, if you want to stay organized, you can set time blocks using apps like Clockify or even Pomodoro timers. Now, if you do this on a consistent basis, you can actually complete more tasks in less time and make more money. So another step that you can actually take is just building a simple routine around your work sessions. Now, if you actually want to avoid common mistakes that reduce your earnings, you need to focus on quality, consistency, and the platform rules. If you rush tasks, your accuracy score may actually drop and limit future opportunities available for you. If you don't check dashboards regularly, you may miss high-paying tasks that disappear very quickly. So let me tell you, many students actually quit very early because they expect instant income without building any consistency on these platforms. So if you want to get better results, you should actually treat this as a steady side income rather than a quick win. If you stay consistent on these platforms for a few weeks or even just a few months, you will start understanding which tasks work best. So another thing that you can do is just remember that small consistent effort will lead to more reliable earnings over time. Wow, that's it for this one. Now, if you're serious about building your online business and creating new online income streams, take the next step now. Click the link below in the description or in the top pinned comment, where you can find some free guides and free resources to help you get started right away with starting an online business and creating new income streams. These free resources will teach you step by step how to create a successful online business and help you to create new online income streams. So I know these are going to be very helpful for you as well. So don't wait, take action today. You can go and click the link below in the description and start your journey right now. And thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for new videos. It really does energize me to create more content for you. Thank you very much indeed. And if you want to connect on social, you can find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. The links are in the description below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.